When will the crypto market stop bleeding? For the last 7 days, we have seen Bitcoin put in red day after red day as it breaks support. And I know everybody wants to know, when is the market likely to find a local bottom? Hey everyone, hope you're having a great week so far. Justin here with Crypto Academy. And in today's video, we're going to take a look at some key levels for Bitcoin. I'm going to describe a must-hold level that could be reached in the next 24 hours and why the market must hold above that. So we could be seeing a local bottom here over the next day or two, but the market has to show signs of reversing first. So let's go ahead and jump right into the charts here and take a look at the Bitcoin daily time frame. And you can see right off the bat that the market for the past 7 days has just been trading lower. So we've now had 7 red days in a row, and that's pretty rare for this market. You can even see back here, we at least had 1 green day within this sell-off. Okay, so it's just been a slow bleed here over the past 7 days, and I know everybody wants to know, when is Bitcoin likely to reverse? All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at some key levels here first and just, describe what's happened over the past few days. So first and foremost, this area up here, right around 23,450, if you see my recent videos, this was a key support level for Bitcoin that it lost right here on this candle. Now, notice how the next 3 days, Bitcoin found resistance right here at 23,450. And sure enough, same thing here at 23,000. This was another key level for Bitcoin. We saw the market hold above it here. It closed below it on this candle just yesterday, and today tried to reclaim it. However, this area is once again serving as resistance. All right, so it has just been a slow bleed where Bitcoin continues to take out these levels on a daily closing basis. And even though the market is very sideways, we have seen the market respect these key levels quite well. So here's where I think that Bitcoin could find a local bottom over the next few days. If we look down here at 22,000, this area just above it, and we look at the 4-hour chart. All right, so you can clearly see that back here, this was a pivot for Bitcoin, and it was a fairly minor pivot for the market, but I'll show you why I think that this area could trigger at least some type of a short-term reversal for BTC. So it was a pivot back here in the market. And also, if we take a look at these last 2 swings for BTC and draw our fibs out from this low down here up to the recent high. All right, so we have this low up here to this swing high. You can see where the 618 fib came into play right here at the low. Okay, so the 618 fib is right here. And so if we do the same thing for this last rally, and of course this assumes that the relief rally is healthy and we're likely to see Bitcoin head higher after this next potential local bottom. So that's also key here, because obviously if the top is in and we see the market break down, then this isn't going to play out. But I'll also describe what I'm looking for in that scenario, so stick around. All right, so from this low down here, if we do the exact same thing, you can see where the 618 lines up right there with 22,100. Okay, so once again, this is our pivot, and you can see where the 618 from this recent move also comes in right there around 22,100. So there is some confluence building up right there in that area. And furthermore, if we take a look here at that same swing low from before, and we draw up a trend line off of these 2 recent lows, you can see where we do get an intersection right here at 22,100, potentially over the next 24 hours. Now, let me say this before people get too excited. First of all, we have to remember that the market is in a larger downtrend, okay? The crypto market is in a bear market. There's no doubt about that. So the longer term trend here is lower. So that's first and foremost. So this is not this is not me saying go out and buy Bitcoin at these levels with everything you have, because the long-term trend here is very bearish. So that's first and foremost. And secondly, we haven't even seen a retest of this level, so we don't know how Bitcoin is going to react here. We need to see a strong bullish reaction from that 22,100 area in order to have any reason to buy this market. Okay, so right now, I think that the market is coming into some support here, right around 22,100. That's the level to watch here, in my opinion. Now, furthermore, don't forget too, that on the way up, Bitcoin is going to have a lot of work to do, because going back to the daily chart where we started, remember that all of these levels that Bitcoin has broken below on the daily time frame, all of these are going to become resistance, or are resistance, on the way up. So even if we see a reversal down here from Bitcoin over the next 24 hours, it is going to have to reclaim each one of these levels on a daily closing basis on the way back up. And remember that a daily closing basis simply means when you're looking at the daily chart, wherever the market closes at 8 p.m. Eastern, that is the daily close, or daily closing basis as I call it. All right, so Bitcoin has a lot of work to do, even if it does find a local bottom down around 22,100. Now, let's talk about a more bearish scenario, which we have to do when we're in a bear market like this, and we're seeing 7 days of sell-off, right? We're seeing 7 red days in a row. We have to talk about the bearish scenario as well here. And so if Bitcoin were to break below this region down here over, let's say, the next 24 to 48 hours, and we were to get a close below this. So this is a must-hold level for Bitcoin. However, I would also say that 21,600 is an even bigger level here for BTC. Now, obviously, we saw it break below it back here. That became a fake out right before this rally. Okay, but this region down here for Bitcoin is really going to be the must-hold. So what we can say about this is that the area between 21,600 all the way up to about 22,000 is a must-hold region for this market. Okay, so this area down here. Now, the reason you don't want to see Bitcoin come all the way back down here is because right now we do have these higher lows taking place, especially once the market broke out from here, okay? So we had the break above 21.6, and since that time, we've seen Bitcoin put in higher lows. So we don't want to see this market come all the way back down here to this area and retest these lows. That would not be a good look for the market, especially given what we've seen recently. Okay, these highs up here, we didn't have a significant higher high from Bitcoin during this last rally. So to summarize here for Bitcoin, I would say that the area between 21,600 and 22 is going to be the must-hold support area for Bitcoin over the next day or two. But really, 22,100, keep a close eye on this region for a potential bounce. Now, today's analysis would not be complete if I didn't mention the total crypto market cap, because this has been a driving force for the market. And it's honestly been a lot cleaner than Bitcoin, because remember, this takes into account Bitcoin, Ethereum, and a bunch of other crypto. So when looking at the total crypto market cap, this area between 1.035 and 1.05 has been the must-hold support level for the market. And the reason for that is quite simple. Back here, you can see that this was the highest closing price during this consolidation. All right, so we had several closing prices through this area, and you can see where total has held above this so far over the past 3 days. Now, at the moment, at the time I'm recording this, you can see where total is so far trading below this level. But once again, what matters here is where the day closes. Okay, so the daily closing basis at 8 p.m. Eastern is going to be key here. If we see total close back above 1.035, then this level stays intact as support, and the market has a fighting chance. Now, if we see total close the day below 1.035, all right, that could be problematic for Bitcoin and even VET that I talked about yesterday. So you're going to want to keep a close eye on this and where today closes in relation to 1.035. And if it does lose that level today, closes below it, this area up here would become resistance. And I think at a minimum, we probably see a move back toward about 985 billion, if not a full retest of about 960. Okay, now if the market can stay above this area here today, then I do think that 1.15 trillion is still in play. Okay, that is a big level for this market. And if we look at the weekly chart, you can clearly see just how significant 1.15 is. So going all the way back here to 2021, you can see it was resistance here, support, and then support again through this area. Okay, so 1.15 is a big level for the market. I've kind of maintained that the crypto market would want to test 1.15 before we see, a potential next leg lower from the market. Okay, obviously no guarantees, and we could see a breakdown beforehand before we get that move up toward about 1.15. And lastly, I do want to mention the DXY, the US dollar index, because this is going to be a driving force for the crypto market, as it has been for a very long time. So this market right now, you can see, is clearly trading within this ascending channel that goes all the way back here to early 2022. Okay, so all year long, pretty much, the DXY has been moving within this ascending channel. Now you can see where we got a retest pretty close to channel support right down here. So right around like 105. And at the moment, the market is finding resistance at some of these recent lows right around 106.40. Okay, so what's going to be key here for the DXY, because this does tend to move inversely to risk assets like stocks and crypto. So what we need to see happen for the crypto market to stop bleeding and find a local bottom is for the DXY to take out this support level down here and retest 103. Now, the reason 103 is so significant for the DXY if we go out to here to the monthly chart, you can see where the market recently broke out from a massive pattern here on the monthly time frame. Now, we've yet to have a retest of 103 as new support. So if we were to see a move all the way back toward 103 from the DXY to retest this level as new support, then that could help put in one last leg higher for Bitcoin and the rest of the crypto market. Because remember that the DXY is still considered a safe haven asset. What that means is that when the DXY is moving higher like it has been, that's an indication that market participants are pulling their capital out of risky assets like stocks and crypto and moving it back into the DXY, the US dollar. When it moves lower, it's just the opposite. It means that market participants are more willing to allocate their capital into stocks and crypto. So this is going to be a big driver for the crypto market over the next few days. We do need to see this break down and head toward 103 if we want to see Bitcoin put in that last leg higher, potentially up toward about $25,000 to $26,000. And if it doesn't, and instead we see the DXY form a higher low here over the next few days, so put in a higher low here, take out this level, close back above it, and then continue higher, that is going to put the crypto market under pressure, and the same thing with the stock market. All right, so those are three things to keep in mind here as we move forward. Keep an eye on the DXY and these key levels, and also total in that 1.035 level as we move into today's close. And for Bitcoin, once again, 22,100 is the key level to watch. However, you have to be careful. If we do see total close a day below 1.035, then Bitcoin, in that $22,100 area is a little less likely to find support there if we see the total crypto market cap break down from 1.035. So you really have to look at everything in combination with one another. I think trying to analyze these markets in a silo by just looking at one single market is a mistake. All right, so that's it for today's video. I hope that you found it helpful. And if you did and want access to more of these videos, be sure to subscribe to the channel and click that bell icon for notifications, because I am putting out these videos every single day. All right, until next time, take care and be safe out there.